Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday and welcome into Zelda Speedruns. Today we have a very exciting match for the Skyward Sword Randomizer Season 4 tournament. This is the Group D round robin race between 64-bit Link and Whale Fins. Our trackers today are Vibrant Viola and Echo, and commentating alongside me is your average Link. How are you, Yal?
I'm doing just fine.
We were talking about that this should be one of the, I think, more exciting races of the group stage. I think for us doing the seeding, this was definitely in some of the more difficult choices, and these two runners are pretty evenly matched. So I think this should be exciting. 64 has been around the community longer. He played in, forget if he played in the Season 1 tournament, but he's been around at least Season 2. So he's been around a very long time. He's also, I think, does like Super Metroid Randomizer. Whale joined, God, now it's been like 3 years, but is near the end of the Season 2 tournament. She hasn't participated in any of the main tournaments or Remlets, but she has been around and playing a lot too. So should be an exciting race, I think.
Yeah, I think especially among the pool 2 versus 3 matchups, this is one of the tighter ones. So I'm excited to see what ends up happening.
I already know where they're spawning and dungeons and everything, so I don't want to make any predictions. They're on 10 anyway, so I went in the seed.
I'm gonna say ETACFS. I'm feeling even numbers. Alright, we're starting in Eldon.
Yeah.
And I thought I saw a B item. I didn't catch which one.
Skyview.
Oh, I was exactly wrong.
Element and Sandship. And I was looking. The Barons are.
Wakuna Summit is Baron, as it usually is. Flooded Fern Woods is, and Beetle's Shop. So Flooded Fern Woods does unfortunately mean that like the always hint for Water Dragon's Award will be somewhat useless. There is still a chance. Okay, so it wasn't a B item; it was Ballad. That was the starting item.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Spiral Charge. I did not pay attention. But yeah, Ballad does open up a check at the beginning, so...
64 doesn't seem to notice.
I've noticed it. Yeah. He will when he goes into the sky, though, I think.
Yeah, that it'll show up.
It's hard to miss.
Unless, for some reason, if he decides to do early Thunderhead out of Eldon right off the bat, then I guess you'll never find out. But
it's a Triforce in Linear Mine.
Yeah, Triforce of Power. There is the way that the always hint can still be useful is if it tells you, like, for example, has Crystal Pack not required, or has like some other item, not Gust Spell.
Yeah, it can still be useful. But... Yeah. So Whale is not going to go up and grab the. This is kind of one of the routing decisions with cubes involved, especially if that Earth Temple probably doesn't make sense to run off. There is a cube that is in logic for both of them, and I think they're both just going to skip it because it is pretty far out of the way on the sand slide, and it's going to require kind of traversing the entirety of the volcano without items.
Yeah, if you don't have digging, it really, like, I think especially because not only are you incentivized to have mitts to do something else in that area, but you also can't even get the goddess chest until you have water scale, so...
Yeah, right, yes. I forgot.
And, like, Flooded Farron is barren, so...
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know the item is at least
I always forget that cube is which one that is, but yeah. I think 64 maybe forgot he doused that. So we do have regional Earth Temple key pieces with Earth Temple is not required, so that's 5 of the 17 checks here in Eldon Volcano that are junk.
Yeah,
If you count key pieces, you might be able to suss out that a dig spot or two are unrequired, but
that
you
is,
do have to count that.
I feel, yeah, that is, I feel, significantly harder to do if you don't have Earth Temple, because they
You're
could
not
just
gonna
be
track
in a non-pinging chest.
Yes.
So, and if you do have Earth Temple, then, well, you kind of want the key pieces anyway, so
yeah,
doesn't really
not a
help
lot
you out.
pinging here in Elden. I mean, this was, I don't know, one of the reasons we did this regional key pieces was to sort of nerf the fact that Elden has a lot of checks you can get really early without much. There's a harp-shaped object over there on the cliff.
Yeah.
They did also get a bottle, which is pretty nice for sky routing on your first sky trip. Because you can route in both of the Oriel and Perio checks a little easier.
With starting with Ballad, that also means that the cube in Magma Turf is a Sphere 1 location, or at least the chest associated with it, because it's the chest outside Isle of Songs.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you might think about going into Thunderhead for the hint and to douse at least. You're probably not going to do Isle of Songs, but it...
Yeah.
3 checks you can get in there is definitely better than your usual 1.
Near's Wisdom had possibly acquired Crystal Pack and I think one other item.
Yes, that's what it looks like.
Okay.
She read that fast, but that's what I think I read too.
Yeah. More bottles.
It's not even a fire sanctuary seed, so 2 bottles doesn't really make a difference.
I mean, it means that you can like go to Lumpy Pumpkin and get the soup, and you don't have to worry about re-emptying a bottle, I guess.
It's a little 5 seconds at most.
It adds up. Well, you only do it once, so I guess this one in particular doesn't add up, but it can in conjunction with other things. Hello, earrings. Oh, speaking of cubes, cubes unlocked by starting with Ballad. You don't even need cost shots for that other cube, I don't believe, because you could like logically be expected to death warp, so that's another goddess chest. Oh wait, but Summit is barren, so it doesn't matter.
Which cube? Oh, the Summit cube, yeah.
Yeah,
so Summit's barren, so that cube is barren too.
Yep.
Alright. Okay. And 64 read that a little more slowly than Whale, which we appreciate. We did get the hint right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those Fire Shield earrings, they do unlock a couple things in Boko base, but are otherwise pretty useless this seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Summit dead and no Fire Sanctuary, we're probably not even going to see the 2 hints. Unless someone's in, like, Triforce Go mode and they just want info.
Yeah, like...
you can have really useful hints in barren regions. Although, I was going to say Volcano Summit, that's less likely, but actually both of those hints are in Logic quite early, so they could be quite useful hints.
Yeah, at least the hint in front of the dig spot is in Logic. No, well...
Oh,
no,
yeah, the one...
Not until you get... Not until you get Slingshot or Bow, but...
Yeah.
Eventually they will be.
Yeah. And we're gonna do kind of a standard Sky Loop, I think, before Whale goes to Skyloft.
Linear something is path to Molderak.
I did not see which linear region that was.
It looked like one word after, so probably
Caves.
not. Oh,
okay.
Caves, okay.
That is then almost certainly gonna be... I mean, that's gonna be Bellows or Bombag, I think. Or something that leads to one of them. Because if you have access to caves, you have access to the entrance.
Yeah.
No matter which side you have access to caves from. And upper Skyloft
Tenless.
Yeah, it does feel like this might be a seed without a huge amount of back in time potential. That's true. It could be beetles also. Logically, you do need Hook Beetle to get past the first room in LMF. Although beetle paths are a little less common, but they do happen. Just because there's 4 of them. So, we'll have to see. I mean, upper Skyloft to Tenless could be a bunch of different things. Could just be an Amber Tablet. It could be...
Oh. I think Will dove off. Oh, okay.
Yeah, she dove off before she went in, and so she fell. I haven't seen that before.
I know it is possible. It is possible. I think if you dive off right as you get hit by a tornado, for you to just like avoid out, then you end up wherever.
Yeah, she almost did. So
able to avoid.
I love the Oriole. It's Triforce of Wisdom in Farronwoods.
That could possibly be one of the cubes inside of there as well, because if you get a path hint for an area that has a cube, it'll like it's configured to alter the text slightly to indicate something like that, but
I don't think so. I think it would be Sky. It would be the region where the goddess chest is, not the region where the cube is.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's the cube region, because I think I've had a seed where it was Sansi has Triforce of Courage and it was Bazaar Goddess chest.
Okay.
Region of the cube, yeah. And I like the putting Link on the Oriel Island.
That's a special feature of the Oriel.
Yeah, I'm surprised that that like the animations just work out like that.
Well, I guess the skeletons are pretty closely sized.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
I think we're gonna see kind of what is generally the standard play, which is start from the Statue of the Goddess and work your way down. Oh.
Yeah, when you...
Well, did not land where she wanted to, but she's just gonna run up there. With no beetle shop, you don't really need money, so no reason to go out of your way for unbidden chests. Something you might consider.
Amber Tablet.
That is unsurprising that the Amber Tablet is the path to Tenless.
Yeah.
Given that the Amber Tablet does open the region, sometimes paths get complicated, sometimes they're easy.
I mean, who knows? We could have a second...
That's true.
We could have, like...
I'm not going to spoil, but the seed we had earlier today, we had a path item, and we got a second item that was definitely a path item.
Okay.
With one less required item they need to find at the heart.
And quite conveniently placed next to the academy, because I feel like, especially with how the pacing of the rest of the settings are, I feel like Colin's Litter is like one of the most easily orphaned locations. Because I feel like usually harp doesn't show up that early.
Yeah, that item from Colin is just kind of slow. There's not always a good time to go grab it. Oh, nope. Cursed metal. You know what, though? This is kind of the best time to grab the cursed metal because you are about to go into the bazaar.
64 is creating the magic file here. I think on the chance that you have a, well, it's not hinted Baron, but if you end up having Sanjip as the last thing you need to do,
yeah,
and Tentacless Skip becomes an option, I think this is reasonable.
Yeah, I know. My understanding, I haven't watched Whale a lot, is Whale does not tend to do as much back in time as 64-bit does. These are not necessarily dungeons that are going to have a ton of back in time anyway. Like, there's layout, Sanchip, it's very niche back in time. LMF, there might be in some layouts where you want to do it to skip some things, but it's not massive. Skyview is kind of similar, where no divergences so far. I think because we're still pretty early.
Oh, there was some harp song. Dune's Power had something required.
I missed that.
I didn't see.
I'm gonna.
What exactly?
Let's see if I can go find this.
Well, I mean, presumably 64 is going to.
Hopefully, he'll read it a little longer.
Also, get this. It's easy, like, if you're not expecting to get a harp item and you're just holding B, yeah, it's easy to accidentally skip past it.
Some people just read quickly, too. Lanayru Caves Keep is the required item.
Okay.
I just looked at Whales. So...
Yeah,
you're
that,
not
unfortunately,
that until you have claw shots.
Yeah, and that doesn't really give you any information about what your potential Lanayru statue is, just because you need entrances on either side of the door.
Yeah. It's more just useful to know, okay, this item that potentially unlocks a lot of checks is in this place, so I know I have to go in the Silent Realm.
You also know that, well, no, I was going to say you also know that there's no harp behind the other side, but that... Okay, yeah.
You have the harp.
That. You already have it.
Yeah, I had thought I saw a Linear Cave small key, but needed to look.
That it had plus at least one other item.
It was plus one, yeah.
Okay. So it's possible there is.
It's possible there is. It's your podcast.
It's possible there's another required item there, and it just randomly chose Cave's Key.
Yes, we don't know,
because that trial is accessible right now.
Yeah.
So if that ends up being something like, oh, the other item is Emerald Tablet or Claw Shots, and you're like, oh, I don't want to go there until I have Claw Shots.
I know, that is the tricky thing here. I think you probably, if you're playing aggressively, you just warp to start out of here and go into the trial. The safer play is definitely just to go check your linear respawn and see what you can do. The thing is, there are a lot of linear respawns where you just can't do a lot with the item.
Oh, that also means, if you happen to get a linear respawn like that, then that's an excuse to do a fire warp anyway.
Yeah. I think Whale is just going straight in, but we'll see.
Explore until you hit a dead end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like, according to his personal tracker, 64 has noticed the ballad by now.
Yeah.
Nobody's checked anything in there.
Yeah, there's a hint.
We do have a hint in a few locations.
Technically out of logic. There's a cube, goddess chest, and there is the inside of Isle of Songs, which with your fire warp is actually not as bad to do right now. But
yeah, I think if you're going to investigate the trial, that is a reasonable place to fire warp out of.
Yeah. And I don't know. My feeling on this is with two items, you just clear the trial because.
Oh yeah, like
once you have more than one. I don't know, Elden Trial especially, getting back to certain parts is just kind of slow.
Yeah, like the thing with Elden Trial is you're either close enough that it's not worth like it's so-called death warping. You're either close enough that like you're in this area or you're in the upper area past the vent where it's probably faster for you to just run to the circle, or you're way over on the other side. But the problem with the other side is there is absolutely nothing you can do to intentionally get caught. There's
right, other than running out of time.
Yeah, you can run out of time, but that's obviously slow.
Yeah,
there's no watchers, no waking water, or anything like that.
And it's just kind of like a modular region.
Oh, that's the key.
Yeah, and I think she is gonna go at least check this back area here.
Yeah, I think the other two being...
One at least. No.
I thought I saw at least two. Okay, there's another one over there.
The third one might be at the top of the vent.
Okay, what is this? That is... Slingshot.
Slingshot.
Well, that's definitely at least possibly required at this stage, so that's...
Yeah.
Those are the two items.
That is your two items. It's almost impossible for a slingshot to be... You have to start with a slingshot for a slingshot.
Yeah, you have to start with a slingshot, or it has to be hard locked behind a slingshot.
Yes.
Which, in this case, it's the first one. It's not, so...
Yeah, it's not a... beetle, you know, it's not something like, I was going to say from Colossus Beetle, they start with that. It's not something like Shigeki Rattle.
64 is going this way at first, so if he does pick up on that, he can save a decent chunk of time over Whale.
I think he probably will. Yeah. I mean, that slingshot doesn't... What that slingshot unlocks is... further up in the volcano.
And like, was there anything useful? Was there anything useful on the 2 rupees? I think it was just a bottle, which there were already like 2 alternatives.
Yeah, I mean, I think you go to Lanayru and see where the damage is. And then if there's nothing in Lanayru, I think your next step is, I mean, maybe Thunderhead, maybe Ring the Bell.
Yeah, I'd say Thunderhead. Temple of Time. Well, at least Slingshot makes it somewhat faster.
I mean, you do need the Slingshot to get out of there.
You can use Skyward Strike as well.
Oh, can you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The kind of interesting thing is this does put the cube in the Sand Oasis in Logic.
Everybody's favorite.
Which is not one I think they're going to do here. But it's something interesting just to note. There's not a lot you can actually do. Like, there are a lot of chests you can ping here in Lanayru Desert, but there's a lot that you just cannot get to.
They could go get their first crystal pack, only possibly required, and one other possibly required item.
Yeah, you do start to wonder, is there something useful on Bat 5 too? But you're gonna do that rather than going into the Silent Realm for that.
Yeah, it's tricky because like I think even if like Bat 5 is the only item, the game like considers a crystal pack as a viable alternative for getting 5 loose, even though you could just get 5 loose, so it still qualifies as possibly required. I think, probably. There's like nothing pinging here though. There's the inside of the dungeon. There's one location you can get.
Yeah, I mean, I always think it's a good idea to go into LMF and check the first chest.
Especially if it's only the first chest, you can just walk out. Like,
exactly.
You're not getting too invested.
I said this a lot during the Remless tournament because it's so close and often has something useful when you go into LMF without a lot of items. So we are seeing that.
64 is gonna ping this for later.
Yeah, and Whale will be back out there after this.
Oh, nothing here.
Yeah.
And a bow.
Well,
right. Well, you need at least
one of
those.
claw shots, that lets you do a fair amount in Sandship. Not the whole dungeon, but
yeah.
But it's just also nice to have because it will kill Bokos in one hit.
Okay. I think
okay, I mean it's not too hard to get over to Fire Node, but
you have to
Whale decided not to
a little bit
check it. She's a little too far.
I think you just wait a little bit too long before.
Yeah.
There we go.
So this jump slash. The game does not expect you to do it. It does expect you to have claw shots, but it's a pretty straightforward thing to do if you know how to do it. You just have to slash high enough.
Yeah, one of the recent logic updates made before the tournament was to have that require claw shots, even if you have the long range Skyward Strike enabled. Let's see. This one chest can sometimes be
64-bit did not check Fire Node.
Or the Sand Oasis Cube.
Yeah, I mean the Sand Oasis Cube. That's such a tough call to do here. That looks like that is just one of the front.
Yeah, it looks like first.
But I think Whale is just going into ping. Yeah.
Okay, so there's something in the back, something in the front.
Yeah. Yeah, now 64 unsurprisingly is going to go check the bell.
Just an Eldenor.
And I think you kind of have to go to Thunderhead here.
Yeah, Thunderhead or I guess 5 loose.
Yeah,
no, it's barren.
Beetle Shop is barren. Turning in the Horned Colossus Beetle will be disabled, I think, because of to give people the discount. He might have forgotten.
I mean, this could be like maybe not for something this out of the way, but I do like sometimes checking a few locations in a barren area just to see if it gives you any information. Like, oh, there's a Gust Bellows here. Then it's not required.
Oh yeah, I have spawned in a barren Lake Floria and pinged, and then checked the chest because I'm just like, hey, this is info. It's useful. Linear Caves is a great place to do that too, where you just it's barren, but you have to get one
There's
chest
a chest
and douse the other.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see another hint here or two. Yeah, I mean, we see Well has this on her tracker, 7 locations accessible.
Thunderhead.
Thunderhead's guaranteed 1, okay. I'm gonna bet...
but that's not in Logic. And the chest that is in Logic is barren, or not pinging.
Yeah, that is locked behind our mitts. I mean, that could be telling us... That could be telling you, though, that mitts are, like, that 5.
Or that Ferora's Courage. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Ferora's Courage has Emerald Tablet here.
Forest Courage can't have Emerald Tablet.
Like, no, like the Isle of Songs.
Oh,
yes. Courage. We do have a beetle.
That beetle
here.
is probably not our path item, but...
Yeah, just because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
I suppose there is, like... There is
it's
a slight
possible, though,
chance...
that locked all 4 beetles.
Yeah, there's a chance that there's something like that going on.
So what are the Season 4 settings? 3 required dungeons. They have to get the Master Sword, which is the level 5 sword, to finish the seed. We have a curated selection of the Goddess Cubes enabled. What are the other kind of highlights? We have Silent Realms still with Dusk Relic, Shuffle. That could also be a path, Sword.
Yeah, if we have something else here.
It will be funny.
Certainly.
If that is...
Get another sword and then there's something on Jin's power.
Okay.
Nope. Huh. Wow, they really have nothing... Oh,
What?
is it that 5?
I mean,
and they have to either get loose or get the possibly required crystal pack.
My betrothed detector is going off now. Sword can be a path item if it locks all the other swords. So let's say if Emerald Tablet was on the second chest there, and the other swords were in the Faron region or locked behind items in the Faron region. It could be. It's not likely, but it happens. But yeah, I mean, 5 locations remaining. There is also that Sand Oasis cube.
Sand Oasis,
It's Sandslide cube that's not. The chest is not in logic. But like the locations left are all a little gross right now.
Just a tad. I think
you do 5 loose crystals here.
Yeah, because since the crystal pack is possibly required, that Betrow is at least not barren.
It's not 10.
Well, it's not 10
since
the beetle is not in logic, and you also know that Betrow is not barren.
And 10 loose is not in logic with the items they have.
If the beetle were in logic,
what Whale's deciding is where do I go for the crystals?
.64 is thinking.
Yeah.
About something.
You know what else though? There could be 2 gratitude crystal packs in the Lineru trial, and Betrow 10 is required.
Oh. Oh no.
I'm just like, I think what Whale just wanted to guess here. I'm sorry, that's diabolical of me to think about.
64. I feel like, if your crystal pack is like right next to the trial gate, then it's probably faster than 5 loose.
Yeah, if you're going to get the Sand Oasis cube, you're going to go to Temple of Time. I think... So what is Whale doing here in Elden?
Oh, never mind. We're not? Okay. I think he realizes there's nothing else to be done in LMF for now.
What is in Elden?
I
mean,
nothing they haven't, nothing they can capitalize on right now.
Yeah, I'm like trying to think about what are the 4 locations remaining. Because we have that on Whale's tracker.
Did she mark off locations in Linearu's Silent Realm? Because that's 4 locations.
That's it. Yeah, those are the 4.
Because if she doesn't play with semi-logic counters, then the cube isn't going to show up until you mark it.
That's correct. Yeah. She might be going for
neither will bat 5.
Yeah, that could be it.
Some of it's barren.
Yeah.
There is a cube that they
another
can get
kind
there,
of tricky
it's not useful.
decision is do you full clear the Silent Realm or...
Okay, that's an evil crystal. Not the evil crystal pack.
No. Gratitude crystals aren't evil. Wait a second.
Sandslide chest is locked by water scale.
Yeah.
I mean, she could get it.
The kind of worst thing for them is that the progression item is on the Sand Oasis cube that is in logic, but terrible.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair way to describe that chest.
Is if we're going to make a mad dash for... Nah, going to grab the tier for safety. It would be a power move to just go past... Oh, it's not even the crystal pack anyway. So the other one... So there's... Well...
There's one more
pack is the trial reward.
Or it's the other item that he hasn't grabbed yet.
Yeah, it could be. We know trial reward is...
Yeah, the summit hints are not horrible.
Yeah, you could get something like, oh, a cube in Lanayru Desert is path to Moldarak, or... No, we already got all our path hints.
We did, yes. So the
hints
are not as useful. Because there's no goddess cube, goddess chest that are sometimes or always hints in these settings. She might just be going for Sandslide.
I don't know if you can do it, but I think there might be some reverse eat thing you can do to get that chest without water scale. It's not something I would expect anybody to know.
Yes, there is an entrance animation transfer you can do to get that water dragon scale that I doubt anyone knows. Because how many people know how to do...
I know of its existence. It was something similar.
Someone was asking about this in the SSR Discord. That's how I know about it.
Something similar was almost in the Old Dungeons route, but it's not faster. Instead of getting the chest over there, you use it to get to the crystal in the Lothring prison more quickly. Back in time. Okay, so 64 is gonna find out what this other item is, it looks like. Because he's already seen everything, but is still going for tears. Maybe just getting this one while waiting for the water cycle. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna end up being fine for him because unless the Shed Goddess chest ends up being useful later, he's already kind of made up all the time. I was gonna say, at this rate, just get caught intentionally and run into the tier. That looked slightly scary. No, you didn't misping anything.
Yeah.
64 is missing a tier. Oh, it's just the first one.
Yeah.
So normally the first one.
Yeah, well... She marked something that adds another check in logic. But I think she's probably gonna... Did she hit the cube, maybe? Is she gonna... The problem is the way for her to get this cube is not the... Well... If she can do break slides, it is going to
Did Whale ping the out of logic goddess chest from like outside Volcanic Island? 'Cause that's the one
know.
That...
So
Oh no.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh dear.
Well,
okay, we don't know that it's about 10 yet. It could just be 5.
That though could genuinely just be... So someone in the earlier seed, there was just something that was like, sword possibly, like, we were talking about what could be in a required Silent Realm, and someone was like, well, the Silent Realm could have 2 swords, and so it's required, but neither one is actually required.
Right.
Welcome in, Raiders, from Hojo Lone Wolf. 64 did not ping here. Oof. I think Whale is confused. This is the tricky thing about those hints, and the way crystal packs work especially, is, yeah, because of the way the logic works. Betrow 10 could be required, but none of the crystal packs are required. And it's like it's a quirk you just kind of have to understand about how the logic works.
Okay, we're going somewhere on Skyloft.
I think she's doing 5 loose now. I mean, it's also possible it's just that 5, right? Like,
or it's possible it's neither of them, and it's the Sandslide cube.
Yeah. This is...
We're still going
she's grabbing stamina potion, which does also...
isn't the thing.
Yeah, the stamina potion is actually not what you need. The reason that Sand Oasis Cube is in logic with the items is you go through Temple of Time to the back. Like the stamina, I don't think the stamina...
Well, no, because I think it's possible, like...
it is possible the stamina potion.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull this up on that track.
If LMF were lower, yeah. Anyway, the other way it's in logic though is, I mean, if that is the item, by the way, that is going to be really good for Whale, because that will be the last thing 64 checks.
Yeah. So
but
if I set my
this could be the kind of decision that just kind of decides things. Like going into the Silent Realm for Metro. And I think poor Whale is going to be really confused about it if it's Metro 10. Because she's looking, her locations remaining are...
Yeah. Tracker says beetle or bow or claw shots or slingshot, which is getting out of Temple of Time, or empty bottle and progressive pouch.
Yeah. No, I do know that this is in logic stamina potion.
Oh!
Oh no.
Oh, that's awful.
That genuinely could just be the race right here.
I mean, there could be another
could still be
on
something
this
useful.
Cube,
but
maybe.
Oh no. I mean,
yeah, that is pretty much the best side.
This is... David, do you know what exactly happened here? For context? That we had... Linear Silent Realm had 2 possibly required crystal packs. Which one of the 2 you had to get. Although technically you could get 10 crystals out of logic, but...
Yeah, like...
And like...
You can do...
So, yeah, Whale is down to 5 locations remaining. It is the Linear Silent Realm and this Goddess Chest. The hint for the Linear Silent Realm was Gratitude Crystal Pack plus 1 possibly required item.
Oh, hang on. This out of logic chest is something.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
That could be nice.
I mean, she
if
still
Whale
hasn't pinged
goes and gets 5 more, if she gets 5 more loose.
Oh, this is Sand Oasis. Okay.
I'm hoping she then goes and gets 5 loose here.
What is the...
Which I think she is.
What is the near caged robot? Is that Southwest Triple Island lower?
I will tell you. Near caged robot is Southwest Triple Island lower.
Okay.
And yes, I think she's getting 5 loose here.
Well, you're at least saved from going into the trial, but...
That is...
Before definitely stumbled upon this a lot quicker.
Yeah. Okay, so the good news then is none of those crystals were required.
Yeah, like you can just pick one.
Yeah. I just mean, like, it's not a situation where Linear Silent Realm...
Yeah. That would be interesting to see. Like, that would have been interesting to see, like, for example, oh, this very small region is Path, it has Near's Wisdom, and you see a possibly required in the hint. And it's like, what? Is that what we're doing here? Well, okay, Bat 30 is not going to be in play for a little while. Actually, it's probably closer than we think. Oh. Oh, okay. Crystal Pack not required on Water Dragon's Award. that means it's highly likely we find Emerald Tablet locked behind these claw shots. I was saying earlier, like at the start, how there's still a chance we get useful info from the trivial always hint when we have Flooded Fair and Baron, and that's definitely good to know. Nice slingshot on Zelda's Blessing.
Yeah. So I think that is probably telling us that the only useful item in Betrot's house is the claw shots.
Yeah. Of course, it could also mean that Bat 30 has Emerald Tablet or something.
If these crystal packs were all required for a required item on Betroth 30, then the linear
would have been marked required.
Would have been marked required.
Yeah.
I mean, Bat 50 has a Tad Tone, yeah, but that again is saying Bat 50 is unrequired. So that definitely did set Whale back a little bit, but not a huge amount.
Okay.
And they both may have to come back to mine.
Yeah. Something here has a Triforce. Of course, that could be the cube. But they can't get the item in the chest without bombs.
So the digging mitts were the path item in caves.
Yes. I don't remember seeing anything else there.
Yeah.
Which... This was path to Tantalus? Or path to Moldarak, okay.
Yeah. More crystals. I didn't see which chest it was here that actually had something. So it's the chest behind the statue. That's the one chest you are hard locked. But I think it might have been this one. Yeah.
Okay. At least this one. I remember seeing at least 2 pings. One of them was the back thing.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing, right? Whale is less than a minute behind.
Okay.
This is all within, like, time you can make up.
Alright, and
64 is getting this at like 46.30. Whale will probably get to it around 48, maybe a minute and a half, but... Oh, that's right. We got a hinted Triforce.
Yeah. I was thinking it would be interesting. Well, I was thinking it was going to be interesting if it wasn't Triforce, because that would mean it would have to be the Goddess chest.
Yes.
But still no jury out on that yet. Or jury is still out on that, yeah, rather. That's the nice part about having a not completely pinging mines. If you come from the clawshot area, you can death warp, and it's a pretty useful.
And the electric.
Unfortunately, we've also seen, like, with that crystal pack in caves and in mines, we're approaching the point where Mature 30 is logical enough that it doesn't mean that the crystals in the trial are hard required.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm pretty sure since 64 has 20 and hasn't gotten any loose crystals nor the crystals on the Goddess chest,
there's basically
that means 30.
No.
Yeah, 30 is in logic since 35 are accessible, so...
Yeah. I think 40 are accessible.
Are they?
Because...
You can only get... 10.
Oh no, 35. You're right.
Loose.
Yeah. No, because 10 loose plus the pack. Oh yeah, 64 only has 21. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, these Arakas are kind of annoying because they
I'm so bad at getting this hit.
Auto-steal your target. 64 is opting to leave right now and not do anything in Sansi or Sandship.
I would 100% have done Sansi at least. I get not doing more of Sandship.
I guess he doesn't want to catch up on some of these goddess chests.
That's fair. I would probably at least open up Sandship here.
The dungeon entrance, yeah.
Yeah, if you're well. I wouldn't necessarily go in right now, but...
Okay, so Southwest Triple is nothing.
Yeah, he might be greeting the whip. That Beetle and Thunderhead is in Logic. Now.
It is. Oh, and Mitts are path to Tentalus. This actually makes perfect sense.
No, they're path to Molderak.
Or wait, I keep mixing those up.
But yeah, big spots and finishing out Magma
Path to something.
Yeah, I don't fault him. I think the reason I would do Sansi is you can ping everything and figure out what you need to do.
Speaking of ping everything, there's nothing here.
Yeah, empty skippers. I don't know. My philosophy tends to be to try and minimize going to the sky. Just because flying is slow, even with the fast bird. But this makes a lot of sense.
All the looting sense.
Because, yeah, I mean, you still can't get through the first room in LMF.
Not until you get another beetle, or you knew it out of logic with whip. Oh, speaking of another beetle,
and that is Mitzlocked Beetle. So
yeah, and then Will is pretty close to some checks that are locked by quick beetle. So if there's like a tough beetle,
well, okay, that is why the Mitts are probably past Molderak.
Yeah. Yeah, since they lock two different beetles at this point.
And the beetles lock.
Yeah, we could have beetles in the back part of LMF that are locked by Velos and Took Beetle.
I mean, I think Whale is probably going to go back and do all the dig spots after this, but maybe you consider going into Sandship. You can't quite clear it, and we really don't have any hint for the whip. But there's not, like, there's a decent chance that you just don't need the whip to beat the dungeon.
It's possible. Okay, well,
we'll check.
She early recalled it, so must have thought it was nothing useful.
I think it was a medal of some kind.
Ah.
It looked like it. It was either a medal or a tablet, and it wasn't a tablet.
Interesting that 64 is going through this like slide part early, since if you don't have bomb bag, you can't go back to the other section early. Because if you try to use Hook Beetle to grab one of the bomb flowers on the other side of the tower, it'll just like run out.
Well, there's a sword.
Yep.
Yeah. I was gonna say that Beetle could also be our path to Girahim 1 if that Beetle locks every other Beetle.
Yeah, and it wouldn't technically be double dipping for hint prowess, since the other one is just pointed at mitts.
Yeah.
But we know that that beetle doesn't lock all of the rest of them. Well, maybe together with the hook beetle it does, but that one specifically doesn't, because the magma turf is equally accessible.
Yeah, I mean, we could then be looking at the white sword item.
It's possible.
Emerald tablet. It can't be one of the goddess chests.
Yeah.
Let's see. You might have to do Bogo base.
Oh. Very aggressive keys. Alright, what's over here?
And there's, that actually is all the swords we're going to need to beat the seed. So Whale will have all the swords soon. I don't know, 64 will get that sword at some point, but is probably putting it off a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, probably thinking about the rest of Elden and LMF, or, well, he hasn't found Bellows yet, which might end up being a problem.
Well, is thinking about how to route all of this. And remembering she needs to go into... Oh, you're right. Yeah, that beetle can't be the path item, unless Emerald Tablet is in the back of Element. Oh. Okay, never mind, it could be. Still. I had to think about that one a little hard.
Yeah, if it's going to be a path item, it'll be part of the Hook Beetle macro.
Gorko has a possibly required Gratitude Crystal pack.
Wait. Hang on. So Gorko is possibly required...
But Flooded Fair
I think that means Batro has water scale.
No, because Water Dragon's reward may not be scale locked.
I suppose, but
depending on where the tad tones are.
I feel like if you have Gorko with
yeah, I mean,
you know what? He could have a tad tone.
Batro has a tad tone.
But if he does, then the crystal pack wouldn't be possibly.
If Batro 50,
well,
if Batro 50 is a tad tone, it would be.
I guess if there's something still on 40, then.
Yeah. We're overthinking names. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is telling us much about Batro 40 or 50 necessarily. Whale is just gonna go do LMF, I think, and skip the dig spots. I think that's what she's doing. Or she's just flying. Oh, she's flying up to the temple. Okay. That makes more sense, because she's already been up there. So for her, getting the dig spots from here. Yeah. I think that's where 64 is probably heading.
He's opting
or he's
not
gonna
to
think about Batro, maybe.
Maybe, I mean, there's the hint stone on the upper island. There's the bizarre goddess chest. There's a few things.
Village isn't dead. So there's...
That's true.
They have Bellows, so you can do Malara. You can do Bird's Nest.
Well,
there are things
he doesn't have Bellows.
Oh, that's right, he doesn't.
And he's not going to until he commits to the rest of Sansi.
That's fair, yeah.
Sleeping tonight?
I think he's doing loose crystals.
I suppose. Oh, I guess he did see
just wanted to grab that one.
Perhaps. Well, we'll see. There's a vine clip you can do.
With vine clip, it's a little faster. Especially if you're gonna kind of climb up anyway, and you're gonna do... Yeah, I think he's committing to bat 40. I, as the patron saint of loose crystals in the Skyward Sword community, have to approve, but I don't know if this is necessarily the right call in this circumstance.
I think... Well,
because he's
I don't
not
even know if he can get
10.
to... Yeah, I don't even know if he can get to 10 without the rest of
the vine clip, no.
Upper Sky. Well, wait. No, he already got the Link's Room one. So the only one he would get with vine clip
you're right.
is
yeah.
Sparring Play.
You're right. He does not need to vine clip.
He might be bailing on just 5 now. Which, in fairness, you can't you can't check the chest in Bazaar at night. So.
Yeah, he's just doing 5. I think he just was in. So I think he was just happened to
wanted to do something, combine something with the.
Yeah.
Positive.
On the off chance he needs crystals, like you're already in Zelda's room, grabbing those crystals on the way is not a huge detour, which is fair. This is a better play than a bunch of loose crystals. I say that as the loose crystal enjoyer of the community. I don't know if he's going to do that 30. We'll see.
Probably going to consult the Hintstone. Maybe not.
No, he's not. He's just going to do Malara. Oh, no, he doesn't have... He's not going to do the Hintstone because he doesn't have Bellows.
Yeah, I guess.
I would love that Hintstone in this circumstance only because potentially it's going to give you... The LMF boss key chest is kind of the one really useful hint left in this seed because you don't have the mag.
Have either of the Betroth 50 copies shown up yet? Either?
Nope.
Okay. That might also be good to see.
First bat 30 is nothing.
This is a goddess chest that 64 struck but did not ping.
Yeah.
No, it's nothing. Okay.
If that's a crystal pack, 64 will be happy. Okay, so that is...
A tad tone.
I think that's now telling you that 40 and 50 are dead. Well, 50 could have a tad tone in that.
Yeah, like... I'm trying to think if
I'm trying to think about how it would work, but...
A possibility. Well, no, because, like... It still said Gorko had a possibly required crystal pack.
Yeah,
and
so
I feel like
40 or 50,
I feel like if there was really nothing else on 40 and 50, it would just say not required because Flooded Farron Woods is. Wait. Oh, you know what? I wonder if that's like a circular dependency that it's not able to resolve. Because like
this could be a weird hint thing.
Crystal on the reward and then Tadtone, or Tadtone on Betroth is the last thing. I don't know if it is able to resolve Gorko as not required then.
I mean, I think it depends on where the Emerald Tablet is.
Well, yeah, but like
behind.
But at this point, like I don't think Emerald Tablet can be on 40, because then that means 50 has to be a Tadtone, which means Gorko would also be not required.
Yeah, that's.
I think maybe. I like again. I don't know if that's like some circular thingy that it's not able to pick up on.
That bow shot is deceptively hard. I think Whale is going to go to LMF here. We have not seen Sandship yet.
Nobody's dipped Sandship.
I feel like of the 2 dungeons, though, I would do LMF first. And 64 is going...
In Whale's position, yes.
Yeah, with the Valley.
64's position, it makes sense.
64's position, Sandship makes more sense, yes.
As long as you don't lose sight. Whale's also not done lines yet, so...
Oh, that's true. I forgot she had not. Yeah, in Whale's position, definitely LMF makes a lot of sense. And you just pray that you don't have to do the boss key chest. Or that bomb bag is in LMF. That is the 4-door.
Probably 4-door? Yeah.
And that is, I think that is the lower chest, not the stern. But you could, so I think you could mass skip here. But also, how comfortable do you feel?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he knows how to do the version without bomb bag. Because the bomb bag version is done in speedruns.
That's true. The one without it is not. It's a new thing that got discovered.
He's going...
Although, he's doing this, so I think he might know it. It did... Well, I mean, it did go
so
around.
You don't have to save to do the other versions. I think he might be forgetting that he doesn't have bombs.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's gonna damage down here. And then... I mean, you know, if he, like, gets the sickest lineup ever with one of the Bacolan archers, and, like, jumps off and gets shot in midair, I will be extremely impressed.
He knows how to time that. I mean, it's possible that you actually can time it if you listen closely enough, but...
I'm sure you could. It's just, I don't know if you can get the Bacolans to, like, shoot at quite the right arc for that.
Nope, he just realized.
Yeah.
He was going for the bomb bomb.
Yeah, it's just gonna...
Well,
die. He is dying instead of doing... He's dying instead of doing, like just complying with the mast, so might know the other version.
Yep. It kind of looked... No, never mind.
Maybe? Okay, we'll just complete. That's fine. Seems like Will's a little hesitant to go into LMF.
Yeah, I get it, because the risk is you are bomb locked out of it, but we're kind of stuck with 2 dungeons you can't complete. And so I think she's just praying right now. Like, in her situation, LMF makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I feel like
I get
when
why
you have
she's doing this.
When you have this many path hints thrown at you that are somewhat beetle flavored, I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah. Like I said, I see why Whale is doing what she's doing here. I think
I mean, there are
a stamina potion. Oh no.
Yeah, there are a few. There are a few like goddess chests, or well, not goddess chests. There's like the bird nest and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think she's gonna probably do that and check that hint.
We haven't seen.
If this is the LMF boss key hint, for example, it would be nice. I think she'll probably do Malara too. We have the LMF music in Sandship for 64.
It's the same dungeon. Same region. Okay, there's at least one ping in treasure room, but that's not super surprising.
Have chests, it's pretty likely. Brig is an empty bottle. That is actually a really nice hint for Whale.
Okay.
64 will probably get that, but...
Empty bottle possibly required? I forget what was on Oriel.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean... Well, there's
it's a bit of a moot point now,
no, there's also stamina fruit logic, stamina potion logic to get that cube that had crystals. So that could
but at this point, like, Brig
is
also locked behind... I don't know if the
good news is
logic
64
is that advanced.
The dungeon. Because he did get the squid carving, the boss key.
Maybe save at prompt and consider going back in.
Yeah,
I like doing that sometimes. I like doing that sometimes with Sister and.
But yeah, you beat the dungeon and save scum it.
Like beat the dungeon, save at prompt, and then you can go for like lily pad or like boss key chest or something else that was out of the way.
And yeah, that has to be a small key. So now the only question is, are both small key locked things required, or only one, or neither?
Or neither. None of the above.
The rare whipless Sandship.
What if we have whip in, like... Can you even have whip in a barren region? I don't know, because... Like, there's...
You could...
Well, I think if it's gonna be any seed, it's gonna be this one.
Yeah.
I think the problem is, like, if there's like a small key on the Skyview, like, Bar's chest, I think that might ruin it. Because I think that counts as a way. We already know that Slingshot is on Zelda's Blessing.
The Tenos reward. Okay, Whale is debating LMF and Sandship, decide Sandship.
Well, at least since she knows
I do
that
think they're
Brig
going to enter... I think, though, they could be entering LMF close to the same time.
Yeah, if 64 continues
depending on what 64 does.
Continues with Sand Sea.
But I think we are looking at the Emerald Tablet in the back of LMF.
It's a pretty strong possibility.
That's why that's another reason I would have gone to LMF here. Just with the hints, but I understand Sandship, and Whale's not going to be like... It's not like this is going to go poorly for her.
I'm still running circles in my own head around Gorko and Water Dragon's Ord, because I'm thinking, so Crystal Pack not required, and Flooded Faron is barren. Like, I'm pretty sure all of the logic is done in, like,
we've noticed some weird quirks with the possibly required gravity crystals in Betrow.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. So, if I'm remembering, like, I'm trying to run through, like, look through the code that I wrote for that in my head, and I'm thinking, because the very first pass that is done is, like, logic is flattened, and then any items that just, like, never appear are marked as not required. Which, since that pass only happens once, that means that the...
Should be okay here.
Since that pass only happens once, that means that, the Tad Tone... Or... no.
You have to... This is tricky.
guess the tricky part is we don't know. I don't know whether or not the logic thinks the group of tad tones on Mature 30 is useless or not. Because I think the part of that flattening that handles crystals specifically is like a separate pass that's done after. It's done after like the core logic flattening.
Yeah.
Thingy.
Unfortunately, Whale is having trouble with that one, because when I did try it, I just couldn't quite get it. You have a kind of narrow window where you can jump off that ledge without getting shocked. So,
let's see. So once Emerald Tablet does show up, though, we know there's a Triforce in Farron Woods. We're still missing the last Triforce hint.
Yeah. Is Whale checking Stern because she's now not sure if that pinged? Yeah, I think she's gonna douse it, and yeah. Once you've failed mass skip, it makes sense if you're even a little unsure to just go over and douse this chest.
Nothing.
Yeah, 64 is now going to head out.
Well, besides the bottle that was hinged on Brig, I don't think there's anything.
We also don't know for sure about the boss key chest or Skirvo, which have not been hinted. Well, is going to need to.
Going to be able to open the boss door at this time of ship, but so maybe.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't open the boss door in this. Yeah, like you said, she might have forgotten that.
Oh wait, hang on. Was I wrong about the number of pings?
Were there 2 pings in that room?
There might have been. So, yeah, I think I saw that. I think I saw the arrow change direction. So yeah, there could be something else.
Yeah, but it could be a while.
Still MIA, so.
Yeah, so we're kind of at the point where they're relatively even on checks done. They will be once they go through here. Whale did a couple Bella's Lock things in Skyloft. But otherwise, they're kind of close to even. But I think with the 10-list fight, Whale might be kind of a little behind going to LMF, depending on whether 64 goes and checks the other things. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we are kind of at the point where the only item that they, depending on the LMF force, that they don't know about. It's kind of an interesting place where until they go into LMF and we actually, and so we won't know, is the whip required or anything like that. Like, there's a chance this is over under 2 hours, but we just don't know because they are at the point where they know where their sword is. But while we're seeing the runners kind of, Emerald Tablet has to be in the back of LMF, we think, because we got Thunderhead to Girahim 1 for a beetle, and that beetle was not blocking the second beetle. It could also be back of Fire Node with the other two.
We still don't have Bomb Bag.
But we think that Emerald Tablet has to be Hook Beetle locked. I will say in the meantime, though, while we're seeing things, I forgot to do the happy 1 hour. So I do want to tell everyone to please give our 2 runners, 64-bit Link and Whalefins, a follow. Huge shout out to Your Average Link for commentating with me. And of course, our 2 trackers, Echo and Vibrant Viola, without whom we would look a lot stupider. Or I certainly would. So thank you both of them. Or did I do the 1 hour and just forget that I did it?
I don't think you did.
Okay. I thought about this 20 minutes ago and forgot to do it, I think. So in my head, I was like, oh, I'm doing it. It could also be Thunderhead in the last sword reward. That is true. Because it was Thunderhead to Girahim 1.
But like,
which is a check that Whale might go to before 64 because Whale did not go to Isle. Oh no, Whale went to Isle of Summons. Yeah, the thing about the Levias fight is it effectively had to be an always hint. And we kind of looked at it and it just didn't really fit in well. So, what is 64 going to do? Is he going to go clear Skyloft stuff or go to Thunderhead? Because they could be entering LMF around the same time, depending on, I don't know, 64. Just beelining for LMF.
Most reasonable.
Yeah, I think so. Just check density.
And something you gotta do anyway.
Pray you don't have to do the bomb. Just pray that you don't have to get the one hard bomb lock checked. Bomb bag check. Yeah, locked check. Words are hard. Fun fact.
This is true. I'll have to check the hint distribution to see if I don't know if item hints are generated before sometimes hints or if it's the other way around. Because I'm imagining like last Triforce hint is for LMF, but it's for the boss key chest.
Always hints are generated first.
Well, it's not an always hint though, because
you
specifically didn't want to have any dungeon specific always hints.
You're right. I remember that conversation. Yeah, I don't know the answer now. I'm gonna overthink this, so I'm gonna pull this up while we watch. Okay, so nothing small key locked. That is really nice.
Okay.
Because the absolute worst case scenario for LMF is the small key is on the vanilla boss key door, and the boss key is locked behind the small key. So I'm not seeing the season 4 distribution. Weird. Oh, because it's encrypted.
If you're looking at the... Well, you can still see, like, the branch that it's based off of, like, github.com/...
Anyway, not important. Let's talk about LMF. So, both one or two of the chests on the left side pinned. Looks like this one's one. There's our useless small key.
Okay, looks like it is item before sometimes.
Alright, so that could be rough. We will see in not that long where this is.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that there's a fair number of hint stones that are just in Farron that we haven't been able to see.
Well, and there's also the 2 summit hints that are in logic, but nobody's going to go for unless... They're not going to go for them unless they're basically already in go mode and just looking for one thing. But we'll see pretty soon. I think just given that the checks Whale has done, that 64 has not, don't have anything. 64 has got a little bit of a lead right now.
I would say so as well. Like, I'm trying to think what at this point Whale has definitely done that is still inconclusive. That 64 is not.
I don't know that there is anything, because what Whale did was the bellows locked things in Skyview,
or in
that
Skyloft.
we know in Skyloft that we know had nothing.
Did that include Bird Nest? I don't know if I was paying attention.
No.
And like the hint stone that was up there.
I don't think we saw Bird Nest.
Okay.
Wait, yes we did. We 100%. Yeah.
What was on that hint? Also, I did not know you could do that.
That was the break hint.
Oh, right, yeah. I did not know you could blow the gust bellows to force a turnaround.
I didn't either. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Another pair of mitts.
But you're probably not going to Boko base until near the end of the seed. There were some pains in lower Boko base. Okay, good news. You do not need the bomb bag today. Well, you might for Boko base.
Well, yeah, like for other stuff, and there is if you like fire node pings.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see what time 64 gets this check and then kind of look at Whale. It is close for sure. And it's entirely possible we kind of end up with nobody gets the Triforce hint and then they're just in a casino of where do you go.
We do not yet know where the tablet is. We are hypothesizing that
it's gonna. We thought it was gonna be
like
here, but we're now down to a couple checks. What we feel pretty confident about is it is decently likely that it is hook beetle locked.
It could be Boko base. It could be rescue caged robot,
which is hook beetle locked. It could also be the white sword in Thunderhead.
Yeah.
Because that would be a path. That is the last thing in Thunderhead we have not seen. Nobody really wants to go get it because they got a sword, so it's a pretty isolated single check. Yeah, I mean, I think... I don't know. I want to say Whale is like 2 to 3 minutes behind right now. And so if this is linear, that's not great for her. If that's our scale.
Okay.
Still no Emerald
Wait.
Tablet.
Yeah.
Shed chests didn't ping.
Yeah, I don't know yet, like, and have we pinged Shed Goddess chest? Like, I don't know if they've...
I don't know if she did. I think she had to.
Either of them
I don't remember.
Well, it's useless for now, unless the Shed Goddess chest was something. There could be something in Lake Floria, like once we get... Yeah, there could be a Triforce in Floria.
Yeah, I mean, Skyview is fully clearable, so I think when you...
Yeah, and it makes Skyview a little faster.
Yeah, like you're gonna just go clear Skyview. I think kind of beeline for it when you go to Farron. That's what I would do here. Because there's not really...
There's even a hint stone right next to it.
Yeah, there's a hint stone, and it's not like you're gonna save time. Huh. Genuinely, they both did that, and I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I always just roll around to the other side.
Yeah, so we do know one Triforce piece is in the Farron Woods region. We do not know where in Farron Woods it is. And there is a hint somewhere for the third Triforce. But that hint could be in our Barian Volcano Summit, so we might not see it. A whale is going into the small key locked region. Is she not? Okay. Nope, she's seeing now.
Oh.
Yeah, the randomized music. I don't play with it because it calms me down sometimes too much when I need to not be calm. I play with very vanilla music. Alright, so 64 is beating this dungeon around 133. It'll probably be like close to 136 when Whale finishes. She's still got to go through the spike maze and all of that. Maybe 137.
Okay. No high fives.
Yeah, everyone does different things in the minecart. Some people like to high five. Some people like to, quote unquote, speed up the minecart. Oh, okay. There we go. That answers the question.
All right. Well, okay, we're not quite done yet because with Triforce and Farron Woods, we could need Bomb Bag. And there's of course the last one that I don't quite know about. But like, surely you just go.
I think you're gonna just do Skyview first.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe check if there are some hint stones along the way, like if you start behind the temple. Oh, great tree. All right. Well,
just because it's easy to get back into Flooded Faron, you'll at least check some things here. Flooded Faron is dead.
yeah. This chest is.
You want to line it up carefully because if you fall down the wrong way, there we go.
All right.
Although with scale, it's at least easier to get back up. Oh.
Only one left to find.
Oof. Yeah, he's just gonna go grab the bombs and death warp up.
Unlucky. I almost wonder if it's faster to just swim to the lower entrance at that point.
Yeah,
I guess
don't
not
know.
if you want to. Not if you want to
just...
stick around and. Not if you want to stick around and grab cubes.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I would have just grabbed the beetle checks at the top first before going in, because you can just run out. But like a very tiny micro routing, I don't know that it's actually faster. I mean, I think they're gonna have to kind of hunt through here.
Okay.
Oh, well, just pull out the shield. I appreciate that she doesn't do it, but shield bashing just saves you from things like this. Oh, the Triforce could be on these cubes, right?
Yep. Thinking of possible placements. Okay, no ping on that chest. I'm just gonna go to Deep Woods. Yep.
Yeah, I think you just clear Skyview first before you go do Floria. So you've no reason to really go to Lake Floria. Well, there's our first bat 50 of the two. And yeah, nice job on Speedrun by 64. So yeah, I mean, Skyview is pretty quick dungeon to clear. I don't know, not a lot to say other than like you hope the Three Eyes chest doesn't have anything. Yeah, and Whale, I mean Whale is like closer to 6 minutes, 64 at this point. Skyview is the safe play here. And as Jasnik said in chat, he wonders if Whale diverges. But I don't know that it makes, like, I don't know if it really makes sense to go do Floria or go do all of Faron Woods. Because you're not going to save a ton of time. Right? Like, you're...
Yeah,
Skyview,
you'd have to get pretty lucky with the boss key layout to...
Yeah, like... Maybe if you have a Baron Skyview and the boss key is, like, right here. I don't think Whale feels good because for the one really obvious reason, which is she was checking a lot and didn't really know where to go with... Oh, no!
Don't get boxed. Oh!
I'm gonna refresh. We might be different time.
I think I'm behind you. Like, I feel like I have been for a while.
I'm gonna refresh just in case. So, if anything happens in Skyview... Really, kind of the worst thing in Skyview is 3 Eyes. Was that the last sword? Or is that a key?
Yeah, last sword.
Okay. Well, hey. You're not going to complain about True Master Sword. And 3 Eyes Chest is dead. Everyone celebrates. Yeah. That's really like the one terrible thing you could have in Skyview. And the cool thing about being on this Skyview layer, you don't have to fight the Stalfos. Oh yeah, well, you have to make sure you're in a place where you're not going to get knocked off by that bomb.
Stalfos has again left the H at the workplace.
Employee of the Seed.
Yeah, could have taken it home, but thankfully decided not to.
Baby Rattle.
Yay.
Justice for Janin. Well, we're not seeing Janin this season. Wonder if we're going to see 64 do the hook beetle trick. This is like, it's not necessarily our key. So our key is in the, is whip locked.
Well, you can grab it with a, you can also grab it with beetle.
Yeah.
Or
okay. I think 64 shot. Knows, oh no, he might not know it. So there's a way with a beetle to bypass this small key. If you carry a bomb to the right place, it's not a huge time save.
Big thing really is being able to...
No, so, if you have Hook Beetle, you can just fly it over. It's just, you fly it pretty far, and it's somewhat precise, so you have to kind of...
On Skyview 2, there's a bomb flower you can use.
Yeah.
It's of course still faster to use your own bombs, but not strictly necessary.
Yeah, it's also... The timing is more precise with your own bombs. So you kind of trade that.
Oh, accidentally getting a swing there. At least you can use Beetle to work on over here. Might need that cube though.
Yeah, I mean, I think Whale is just going to grab it on the way out.
Go back.
Because you're going to have to go back to Farron anyway, and it's just, I think it's faster to just run out from here.
Yeah, a small benefit of doing it on the way out is that the Goron is no longer there after you complete the dungeon, so that's
you
a
lose
few
a tiny
text boxes you don't have to see. Alright, well. Going back for the hint, at least.
Yep.
I don't like you. I'm gonna be doing this boss rush style with the best sword.
The True Master Sword.
And it's already over.
True Master Sword does make it a little trivial. Yeah, and again, we're kind of just seeing, not kind of, we are just seeing Whale follow. So it feels like 64 is pretty solidly ahead unless kind of the casino turns really ugly.
My feed just refreshed, so I didn't see what was on the heart container.
I did not either, because I was looking at Whale. Whoops.
It doesn't look like it was a Triforce or anything, though.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I guess neither Spiral Charge Rock Pain, so you don't need that. I was like, wait a second, why are you... I was like, why are you not getting that? It'd be useful. It's our Sacred Bow. Yeah, so I think at this point what we're going to see is 64 is going to now clear the rest of Farron. He's going to go to Lake Floria, go to Sealed Grounds. He might be just flying out to the Great Tree. Which I don't think is faster, but he might think it is. Like, I think it's close, whether it's faster to run or do this.
Or I may want to pick these goddess chests first.
Oh, yeah, nope. Because he's still missing a few. So he's probably just going to want to get the final goddess chest. He hasn't. I don't know if that's faster or slower. I think it's a little slower. But he does have to get that goddess chest down there, so... And he has a nice visual cue of, oh yeah, I forgot to grab this goddess chest. Yeah.
Heart piece. Another heart piece.
So this has to be Triforce.
Not necessarily. There's also the little rock or
that is true.
Chests. But
well, the chest being dead, so.
Or the goddess chests, I mean. Do we remember which, like...
Yes.
Which, like, goddess...
Oh, so that was... Okay, so Wisdom was the hinted one here.
Okay.
If that had been Courage, that would have actually been really useful info. Potentially. I usually forget to write which one is which. But when I'm playing myself, I forget to. Yeah, I mean, 64, I think, he's going into Floria. He's going to get a hint there. I think he's going to go to Steel Ground to get the hint there. But it is entirely possible that the hint for this is in our Barren Volcano Summit.
Or that the hint is something that's not useful, like it's something that's bomb locked. Like it says Linear Desert has the Triforce. Okay, well, now you need bombs.
Yeah, or it's possible that it's in a Silent Realm.
Oh, that's true as well. Haven't got for his
Courage. Silent Realm, we
or
would
the
not get
Song of the Hero. Speaking of the devil.
Nothing in Fair and Silent Realm. There is Colin's Letters. That's another check in Skyloft. That's probably going to get put off for a while. Like, I think if you're in 64's position, you really do think about going for those summit hints. Like, even though there's no checks there.
Yeah, especially since it's near-ish to your 5-warp.
Yeah,
so...
like it is out of the way, but the info could save you from just running around like a maniac.
5-warp out, and then even your 5-warp is also kind of close to the Koblin base, where there's more things to look
although without bombs and whip, the Koblin base is...
You can still get things
you can get a couple checks, but...
the front part.
Yeah. Yeah, so Whale's actually further behind, I think, than I realized. Was it 146 that 64 was leaving the dungeon?
Sure. Was that close enough to pick up a ping on the other chest?
I don't know. I always go too far to the other side because I've mispinged there. I'm a nervous pinger. I overping. There's nothing up there. I don't know what it is, but if it were useful, it would have been bigger.
Alright.
That is lower bomb bull rock.
Repeat. Alright.
So, you know what the worst case scenario is, I think, for the runners? That it's in Sandship, and that hint is one they just never get.
Oh yeah, with the extra.
Neither of them checked. They had a small key, and neither one went back and checked. Yeah, treasure room is rough.
We know there's one non-key thing there, and Skirvo or boss key.
Like, this is gonna leave us with 2 hints left. And okay. And this is where I would strongly consider just, like I said, rush to those 2 summit hints.
Absolutely. Because
if unless, one of them has our Triforce hint.
Unless Song of the Hero has the Triforce, then you know, it has to be there.
Yeah, one way or the other, that hint is going to be useful.
Oh, unless it's just this?
No, that is our quick needle. Yeah, it's just
watch where you're flying, Speedy.
Making the call to go get hints in a barren region is always really tricky. We didn't get a Gorko hint this seed. I'm mixing that up with last seed.
Did we? I thought we got, it has Crystal Pack possibly required.
Oh, you're right, we did. Yes.
Which I'm still, like, I'm thinking that is just, like, first pass, it wasn't able to mark Group of Tadtones as not required because Water Dragon's Word had Crystal Pack. But then in the second pass where it does the crystal stuff, it says, oh, 30's
30's Tad Tone is the highest useful thing, and it doesn't unlock anything useful, so...
We're definitely in the situation where there could just be a really nasty casino here that maybe is, and I just don't know the answer. Is Whale doing the Boko trick here? She is.
Yeah, you can grab this.
You can go to push the Boko over.
Probably don't want to get 2 with 1, though.
She got it.
Okay, not if you get it first try.
Yeah. That was clean.
Well, see, here's the thing. If Betro 40 has a Triforce, then I'm pretty sure that means that the Crystal Pack on Water Dragon's Award can't be not required.
I think that's right, unless it's Bat 50 that has the last Tad Tone group.
Actually, hang on. I'm going to look at the code for that, because I can't remember if I stopped at the first useful item or the first item that unlocks checks.
This has been
from the top
an issue. Yeah, Bat 50 has Evil
Bat
Crystal,
50 has
right?
Evil Crystal.
So yeah, I don't think Bat 40 can have. I don't think Bat 40 can have anything that's hard to fire. But yeah, I mean, we're now kind of seeing, right? This is where Whale can potentially make up time, is 64 doing checks that we know have nothing that Whale did.
Okay, Betro first list.
Because, like, if you're 64 at this point, you're gonna go finish off everything in Skyloft here. And you're kind of like, you're closing the gap, and this is where, again, I totally understand what 64 is doing here. This is philosophically, I think when you have a hint that tells you, hey, here's your last Triforce, and it's the only item you need, it makes all the sense in the world to just rush for the hint. But not everyone believes that.
Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, in the code I made it so that if it does do something weird with the crystals, then it recalculates useful items, which means that I think it would mark
I know this has been tweaked a couple times.
I think it would mark the Tad Tone as not required then.
Yeah. So 64 has definitely cleared more checks more efficiently than Whale at this point. So is ahead, but we are in casino territory now, and when you're in casino land, anything goes. Because I think 64 is going to go do lower Boko this year. And again, it's like, if Whale just rushes those hints, could that end up being kind of her saving grace today? It's possible to... Oh, no! Oh.
Uh-oh.
64 mispinged that chest. What is it?
Survey says, oh, he's flying out.
Okay. Okay, that does not hurt 64. Right. That is just a crystal path.
Okay, I'm not sure what he's flying out for.
Thunderhead.
Maybe. Oh, I guess that's true. But like, that's one location compared to the... I forget how many
Boko
pings
Base
there were in Boko Base.
3 you can get at least. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely the point where, like, it is not an insurmountable lead depending on what people do. Oh! Oh my!
Wait.
64 didn't grab the whip either. If it is in Sandship, that could be really bad.
Hmm. Alright, well, we're going back.
Is he gonna do what I suggested and check the hints, or is he just gonna go to Boko Base here? Huh.
Flying back out. What else even is... I mean, I guess there's a few goddess chests. Like from Farron.
Yeah.
But...
like I said, it's... the thing about that whip, too, is it does open up more things. 64 peaked that and decided not to get it. And the only way that could be really bad for 64 is if our Triforce is in Sandship.
Well, see, yeah, I don't know if anybody's pinged.
Or if it is... or if it's required...
Oh, he's going for Bat 40. Or maybe Malara and
Baby
Rattle.
Rattle
Turn in.
Yeah, he hasn't done Malara yet. Alright, so what is Whale doing? Is she going to Boko Base, or is she going for hints, or is she going just back to Skyward?
Gonna fly out as well.
Oh, this is... like I said,
we're never...
like,
we're not gonna find out.
Would be to rush the hints.
Yeah, I think I would as well.
Rush
the hints, and then... rush the hints, and then, like... even if you... because even if you don't find the hint there, then you just, like... even, like, consider RBW into Skyloft Trial or something.
Yeah.
Although that would be pretty painful with no bombs.
Oh, Whale's gonna check this Goddess Cube. So this one is tricky, because it doesn't douse.
Yeah, we actually, we had Robo do some reverse engineering work on it, and it straight up doesn't pop into existence until you get close enough.
Okay.
So...
if this is...
that's why you can't ping
Bombat,
it from far away.
Oh boy.
If indeed.
So Whale is now going to just go full clear Boko Base. And I don't know
or Linear Desert. There were like a bajillion pings. Well, at least 2 pings in Fire Node.
She hasn't seen Lightning Node. There were 2 in Fire Node, but there were 2 or 3 in Boko Base. So we learned this the hard way during the co-op tournament. I think both Pix and I and Echo and I forget who Echo was playing with learned this the hard way.
I ran into it during... there was a co-op All-Sanity that I was part of, where I also had to go for a second opinion.
So there was the co-op Season 2 tournament, our first race. Pix and I mispinged that and thought we lost. And then Pix went and looked in his VOD and he's like, no, I pinged that from the small island near the statue and it didn't have anything. And then we were in like full-on panic because it was an async race and we're just... anyway.
Yeah, I wonder if that's something that we can
Robo
fix.
discovered the proximity issue, the spawn issue, more recently. So, again, it's like I flagged this very clearly in the tournament document in the location guide. That was dousing this chest from afar does not work. And then Robo recently found the spawn in.
64 almost went to Bat Warp after already opening up the door. If this is on, like, 40, like, I think... I mean, I'd have to, like, run through the code. I think it kind of makes sense because it doesn't do a second pass of Batro. No, okay. Yeah, so I think the reason I think the reason that the crystal pack on Gorko is still possibly acquired is like first pass, it sees that there's a crystal pack on Water Dragon's Reward, which is on paper a progress item, and so pad tones are not required. And then you then the next pass it looks at Petro and says, "Oh, the most useful thing is 30 a tad tone."
Oh,
What's on there? Just a crystal
goes to
pack.
Boko base. That's Boko base is the most efficient thing. Where she is.
I mean, what about desert? Because there were 2 pings in fire
Yeah,
mode.
she has a warp that goes right to Boko base.
I suppose.
And
But I feel like
Boko
you can
base
just...
had 2 or 3 pings. Desert had 2 pings. She might do Betro first, but 64 is grabbing this bomb bag. Again, we're like in the part of the casino where it really just depends fully on where he's angry.
Yeah.
It's
Giving the chest a tithe.
I think he's going to desert here, not Boko base. I think because he had pings in Fire Node that are just faster to get to.
Well, I mean, but so did Whale.
Yeah.
I think they both have Boko base as an option. I'm just surprised. Okay, well,
I just
if the
think
Triforce
Boko
ends up
base
being
is
in desert,
dense. Again, like, what is the worst case scenario here for 64?
it is.
It's whip.
Yeah, I suppose. The thing is that like the advantage you get from pushing bomb bag is only chests that you cannot ping because they're like in a different loading zone.
Yeah. I mean, Robo is not wrong here. Bomb bag either shows up super early or super late. Because there's only one in this rando, unlike some of the others. Well, there's the bait bomb bag, but
it's a small bomb bag. It only appears in your pouch.
That unfortunately does not give you the ability to throw bombs.
I think in very early versions of the randomizer, it was also possible to buy the pouch upgrade from Beetle when you didn't have a pouch. And it still didn't give you, like, it wasn't progressive yet.
Huh. That must have been like 1.0.
Yeah, I mean, it had to get
that
fixed
40 was
when...
junk.
It had to get fixed when Shop Sanity was added.
Okay, I think Whale is now going to Boko base. So, I hope if she is doing that, she just checks the summit hints while she's in summit.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You have to go, like, almost all the way there anyway. And if you don't find Triforce, then you're probably going to... via information.
And it is Tough Beetle, and it's going to be like a bottle or something.
I believe in the heart of the Triforce.
That was a pseudo Yu-Gi-Oh reference, I see.
I suppose.
Okay, well that's go mode for 64. That is a Triforce in the Skyloft trial.
Yeah, and that means you're not gonna find. That means Will's not gonna find the Triforce hint. But if she's paying attention,
if she understands how hints work,
yeah, like if you've gotten, you're sure you've gotten every last hint stone, and you don't see that, then that means.
Yeah, I mean the thing is also you have to know the RBW.
Yeah.
Issues. Yeah, this, I don't know, this started as a very linear seed, and then kind of the casino at the end got really rough for both runners. I feel like neither of them is going to feel really good about this. Like,
there were just a lot of things that ended up being tricky, especially at the start with.
Yeah, the start was really rough
crystal pack
with the crystal packs, and then the end just got really rough with this casino and not getting the hint. And like, yeah, like it. If you had gone to summon and not gotten the hint, and you understood how the hints work, I don't know if everyone who races would. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, and like, it's also probably more plausible to think, oh, I just forgot to.
Right, we're not dealing with the stress of playing the seed right now, which helps a lot in processing the logic of everything.
Nice part about the Triforce being here is that, like, its model is so massive that it is at least easier to see from a distance.
Yeah, if it's on a dust relic, you'll get it, but I don't think it is at this point. Unless it's on.
I didn't quite catch.
There's a couple more.
The ones that were.
It's not there. It's not on the back of the light tower. I know.
Yeah, we'd have seen it. Whatever the case. Well, the grand rule of season 3 is that it's always the trial reward if it's only one. So we'll see if that continues.
That was not true today. No spoiler. Well, I guess that does spoil something for the other seed.
Okay. Well, yep. It's the.
If you watched the race earlier, we had a multi-trial chain, but no items were on the reward. That could be a little dangerous for 64.
Yeah, I mean, you probably just go for something along this path.
Yeah.
Oh, feeling confident with your backflips. Oh. Okay.
I guess he's gonna go check this one, but yeah, it's
crystals.
Yeah, I know. Again, like, the thing about Whale getting the hint is it might not have done much good because I don't know if she does a ton of bit, like getting these hints earlier, and if you can figure out what's going on. But this definitely was a seed with some weird stuff going on. Like, I'm not going to say super advanced logic, but just weirdness. And I'm sure they're going to have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be questions.
Well, I can tell you they have questions. The seed is on 10-minute stream delay.
That's true.
I will just say 10 minutes ahead, someone has finished. I don't know. It's where 64 is. He's got 10 minutes to finish.
Yeah, and like...
And I mean...
Even I still have questions, like...
That's not a question they're going to have, though. To be fair.
I mean...
Maybe they're gonna have a question about that.
Maybe it's probably lowest priority question, but
yeah. But yeah, I mean it's man, this was a wonky seed. That's like it's a seed I would have loved playing because of the weirdness, but not everyone would. Like, this is a tough one, I think, for most people. I do think Whale is going to get into the Skyloft trial before the seed finishes.
First is now complete.
Yeah, so we're probably 5-ish minutes out from finish, kind of depending on how well the end game fights go. 64 isn't any percent runner, so he's probably going to be pretty good at it.
Including
True Master Sword makes it a lot easier.
Just where the Girahim fight is a little bit more normal.
Yeah. Yeah, the end game is the place where you kind of see the most difference between the people who have speed run the vanilla game and not, because a lot of us who have not speed run the game really do need our safety shield or like having it. It does make one part of the fight a little faster, but people who speed run just know how to do all of this with no shield, because you don't get a pouch even.
Not in any percent, no.
In any percent, yeah. So you never get a shield in any percent.
In all dungeons, you have to finish with a regular Master Sword, but you do have a shield to work with at least.
Right, because you get the shield for the Skirbo fight, I assume.
Yeah. Skirbo and helps with Girahim 3, and Stallmaster is another big one.
Yeah. Yeah. The vanilla speedrunners are... Look, Viola, I use shield strats. They are completely legit.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, like, I know, we were discussing this a little, because, the person who made the no-bit task, Big Ben, is also now trying to work on an itemless all dungeons task, and we were discussing whether or not to grab the shield. And I'm pretty sure having shield, well, it might save time for Girahim 3. I don't remember. Unfortunately, to do this optimally, you want to have Skyward Strikes to do a stab, but if you are nervous and aren't quite able to get the perfectly upwards angle, then
yeah, your calibration works wonderfully for the entire seed, and then in the Girahim and Demise fights, your calibration just goes to crap.
All right.
And it could be about a minute and a half to kill Demise, depending on how well it goes. The Demise fight is quite scripted. He behaves in very consistent ways, so it is pretty easy as long as you don't mess up. Yeah. Really clean phase 1.
Very nice.
This Demise music.
Oh, there we go.
And that is GG's. So, solid win from 64. It was definitely quite a seed. Both runners are going to come in for an interview. I see Whale in the waiting room, so I'm going to pull Whale in. GG, Whale.
Thank you.
GG.
So, what were your thoughts on the seed?
Let me tell y'all.
And what questions do you have for us? Because we imagine you have some questions.
I hated this seed so more than I have ever hated a seed, I think.
Reasonable.
GG 64.
GG.
So, we imagine you all have some questions. So we were asking Will if she had questions. But before we get to that, what were your thoughts, 64? Not hearing him.
You might be hardware muted.
Well, if you have questions while we wait for 64 to get his hardware sorted out.
I don't think I have questions. I just, okay. Gratitude Crystal Logic has always confused me, unfortunately. I just need to look at that a little harder, I think.
No, so this one was a shit show.
Yeah.
Because initially we were looking and we're like, oh, Linear Silent Realm, those 2 Gratitude Crystal packs, what if one is required and the other is not? And then you found the Sand Oasis Cube had a crystal pack.
Uh-huh.
And that kind of saved you. But we were sitting there and I'm like, if Betrothed 10 is required, one of those crystal packs, neither one is hard required, and they're both... So there were 2 crystal packs in the Linear trial.
Okay.
And if there had not been any other crystal, neither one could be hinted required for Bat 10. But you would have to get one of the 2. Which is really confusing, and it's kind of just a quirk you have to know about how they work. This came up earlier in the seed, earlier today, where we were talking about, like, you could have a required Silent Realm that has 2 swords, neither of which are hard required. Because you have to get one of the 2. The trial hints can be kind of confusing, especially where you get crystals involved.
I don't know why I was so determined to not go to the trial. I just just got it in my head that I wasn't gonna go, so I didn't go.
I delayed that trial for like 6 years too.
You both kind of last location the things. So 64, I don't know if you heard, but Whale got her 5 crystals on the Sand Oasis Cube, which she went and got a stamina potion for, rather than kind of going the back way through Temple of Time.
I should have known the second that I had to go get a stamina potion that I was doing something wrong.
Yeah, I mean, when we saw you get that, we were like, okay, she got bailed out. You were slightly behind from that point, but it was all really close until kind of you went Boko base and 64 went straight for Linearu. Well, not straight for Linearu, but he went to Linearu before Boko base, and that ended up being pretty big.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the casino was really rough, and I don't know, we were talking about this, there was never going to be a hint for that 3rd Triforce because it was in the Silent Realm.
Right.
Because
being in a song hint counts as already hinted in the location, which means you're not going to get the item hint for it.
Right, yeah.
Because Yal and I, we were like, why aren't they just going to Boko base? Or why aren't they going to Summit? Just grab the hint, it'll tell them something. But you kind of have to know how the hints generate to understand, okay, if you don't get a hint, this has to be in the Skyloft Silent Realm, and then you can RBW in, and anyway. The logic was really quirky. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also just like Summit just was never really a place I really wanted to go with it being hinted barren. And I mean, one of the hints is, well, okay, one of the hints would have been quick to get if I had not picked up the cursed medal in the first like 10 minutes of the scene and then kept forgetting to get rid of it.
I wrote in my hint, like in my notes box, item check in all caps as soon as I got the cursed medal, so I wouldn't forget.
Oh yeah, that cursed medal. It was at least in a place where you could dump it pretty quickly if you remembered to. But yeah, if you didn't, you were in kind of a rough spot for a while. And I guess I didn't even notice that 64 never dropped it.
Yeah, because, well, I had gotten the one thing that I really needed a bottle for, I had already done. So, like, there was nothing that was like, I urgently need my pouch for. It just meant I had a slower Moldarok and a sort of slower G3, although I think it would have been just as slow with a shield.
I mean, I thought it was a pretty fast G3. I don't know, you're an 80% runner, so you're kind of used to the shieldless.
Yeah, I just had a shaky hand because of nerve, so I was just not getting... I tried twice to get the Skyward Strike, and then I'm just like, I'm just gonna do the slow strat. Because at that point, I was like expecting Whale to done at any second.
Oh, yeah. No, I was expecting you to done from like an hour 45, just because I felt I had wasted so much time.
I mean, yeah, and there were so many things where I wasted a bunch of time. Like, I pinged already. The lower checks didn't ping, and it was only the upper checks, and I needed bomb bag for them.
Right.
And then by the time I got bomb bag in my head, I'm just like instantly fire node, because I knew that had pinged from much earlier in the seed, and I'm just like, fire node so often just has something required, and I'm just like,
yeah.
So that is the very first thing that came to my mind when I got the bomb bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were definitely worried, because the quirk about that goddess chest is also something like I tried to do my best to publicize it, but there are people that still don't know that it doesn't from afar.
Right.
Yeah. Luckily, I knew that, which is why, like, I kind of took my wonky path through the sky, where I checked. Well, I checked the Bamboo Island one first, just because I was right there, and then I knew, okay, I have to fly all the way to Lumpy Pumpkin to check the other one.
Yeah, the other thing we were really worried about you potentially for was you didn't grab the whip in Lake Floria, and if we were worried when we saw it up on the ledge. We're like, oh, if this is in sand ship.
Oh, okay, yeah, in my head, like, I looked at it, and for some reason I thought it was a treasure, and that's why I didn't pick it up. But luckily it wasn't required, and in a way, luckily I just happened to ignore it, because that could have sent me on a whole rabbit hole that I didn't need to go on.
That's fair, because, yeah, you might have gotten it and just gone straight to...
Yeah, to sand ship, because the treasure room pinged.
Yeah, because it had 2 pings, so we knew one was not a key. Which means it was like a bottle or something.
Yeah, but, like, I was basically, like, worried from, like, maybe 20 minutes through, pretty much all the way through the seed. It was just like, because I'm just like, maybe it would have been faster to just get loose crystals instead of going for the trial, and there were just so many thoughts going through my head of like, this was a mistake, that was a mistake.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. I said this is a seed I would have loved because the logic was messy, but most people would have hated this seed, I think.
I think it's a fun seed to do on your own when you're not in a
yes,
probably the deciding race for the group.
I hated the dungeons. It made me so mad that I spent so much time looking for whip and bombs. And then by the time I just decided I just have to go do them, neither of them needed that.
Yeah.
But, you know.
In a way, like, I think, like, I think the decisions I made that were correct were the decisions regarding, like, just going to Sandship, rushing the boss, and then and it kind of just the dungeons kind of chained one into the other because of getting Gust Bellows, then that led me into LMF, and then getting Emerald Tablet led me into Skyview.
Yeah, I mean, you all really, other than Whale doing Samsey before Sandship, you all were kind of doing the same things, other than at the very beginning with the trial. So like it felt very neck and neck, and it felt like the casino could have gone either way. Because it really, like when Whale found the bomb bag before you, and so if she had gone to Lanayru first, she would have won. It was that close. Although admittedly, Yao and I were like, "Oh, just do Boko base." So
well, no, I was like, well, no, I was Team Fire Node.
That's fair.
But before that, I was Team Hintstone. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I have any other. I'm not thinking of anything. If you all don't have anything else.
Yeah, nothing besides the weird thing with, like, the crystal on Water Dragon's Award is not required, but the crystal on Gorko is possibly required, which I think is just
I don't think Whaler 64 got caught up on that.
Yeah.
No, but it was
think
making me mad.
Yeah, I think like I also like got that crystal because I'm like I knew I had the hint for it and I was at 35, and then I was mad when I got the Pipit crystals and it was also crystals. I'm like, okay, I wasted that minute, or I guess it was more like 40 seconds or so to get the other ones. But yeah, I think that's about it. Just like, yeah, just absolute dumpster fire seed as far as like competitive goes. But yeah.
Yeah, it gave us a lot to think of. It was definitely a tough one. So, it was nice perseverance. With that, though, I think we're basically wrapped up. So, want to remind everyone, please go give both of our runners a follow, 64 and Whale. GG's to both of you. You do both still have 2 more races left. Thanks to Yao for commentating with me. Thanks to our lovely trackers, Vibrant, Viola, and Echo. We have another SSR race tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. The other 2 runners in this group, Featherblade versus Gymnast, which may have a restream, so stay tuned. Otherwise, that's all for us. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good rest of your Sunday night and MLK Day if you have off for it in the US.
Goodbye.